A Book of Five Rings. Chapter 1, The Simply Introduction. A Book of Five Rings has been called Japan's answer to the Harvard and American MBA. In fact, it was written over 3 centuries ago by a samurai warrior and has been promoted as the Japanese answer to American strategy. The most interesting part is to view this book as one of a collection of books on strategy, not to rank it as a tennis ladder. Simply, as always, as with The Art of War, has simplified the edition by a simple approach, which is to take 3 centuries old language and translate it into modern English, not into the English of the time. We've done that with Magna Carta, which was written in 1215, and most editions in translation have a 1215 English. There's no need for that. What we're doing is making this as easily understood as possible. All translations require choices by the translator. Ours are to eliminate those things that will impede your listening pleasure and understanding. So understand, we're going to edit out the Japanese obscure words that won't help you understand this as a non-academic. As always, Simply does not write this for academics to listen to. The purpose here is to make it generally accessible to the modern American and English-speaking public. Although 3 centuries old, the book was not generally received in the United States by the learned public, only by Japanese scholars, until the 1970s, when the Japanese approach to business strategy started to dominate in many industries, like the automobile one, and in electronics. At this point, Americans were reaching out to find out what the Japanese were doing. The irony of it was Demming from MIT is the one that helped the Japanese do what they did, and A Book of Five Rings has since helped Americans understand some of the brilliance of strategy by Musashi, the author, and the Japanese in general. This is a fascinating book, well worth listening to several times. We've done our best to take the footnotes out and things such as that which impede the progress of just the message that Musashi gives, which is wonderfully distilled by him as a great samurai warrior. The last chapter, which is optional, and we found interesting to people who've re-listened several times, will have some definitions, glossary terms, and extra help to understand some elements of the reading. But remember, it's optional. There's no requirement to listen to it. It's just there for those who wish to. A final note, just listening to this, as with The Art of War, takes you to a new mental and almost physical place. Enjoy the process, don't put pressure on yourself, and we believe the really deep meaning comes from re-listening. Enjoy this work as much as we've enjoyed producing it. Thank you. Chapter 2, Musashi's Introduction. I have been many years training in the way of strategy, and now I think I will explain it in writing for the first time. It is now during the first days of the 10th month of the 20th year of Kanai, 1645. I have climbed great mountains to pay homage to heaven, pray and kneel before Buddha. I am a warrior of the Harima province, aged 60 years. From youth, my heart has been inclined towards the way of strategy. My first duel was when I was 13. I struck down a strategist of the Shinto school. When I was 16, I struck down an able strategist. When I was 21, I went up to the capital and met all manner of strategists, never once failing to win in many contests. After that, I went
Sample complete. Ready to continue?